everyone, I'm Liza, and today I will be giving you tips on the Disney College Program application process and basically how to nail it.
Yeah.
And in this video, I'm only going to touch up the application process for you and divide the interview process into a different video just to make it easier for you guys so you guys aren't like searching all over the place for whatever position you're in for your application or interview process, whatever, you know, process of getting into the DCP. So if you're new here, I actually got accepted into the Disney College program for Spring Advantage 2019 and starting next month, so I'm very excited. And what's also cool is that it was also my first and only time ever applying for the Disney College program. But because this was my first and only time applying, thank you Jesus, because honestly I was so scared and I really thought I wasn't gonna get in. But as I was saying, because this is my first and only time applying, this is exactly why I decided to do a video to help you guys out with some tips and tricks and basically tell you everything that I did in my application. So that way, hopefully you could catch their eye, which is what really matters in order to move on to the interview process. So first things first, if this is your first time applying and you don't know where to go, first figure out what dates the application drops. So in order to figure that out, the way I found out was through a Facebook group. So everybody was saying August 20th, August 20th, August 20th, application date is August 20th. So yeah, that's how I found out. I don't know how else anybody else finds out. I'm sure it'll be like, I don't know if it's on the website. So yeah, so make sure you figure out the day of when applications drop, and if you don't know and you're not part of a Facebook group, which you should totally do because I totally recommend doing so because it just makes life a whole lot easier, then you could head to the website, which is DisneyCollegeProgram.com or jobs.careers.com/Disney-College-Program, but it's a whole lot easier obviously to type in DisneyCollegeProgram.com, so why would you do the second option? And then there should be a button that says apply now, and then a whole beautiful application of Disney gloriousness will appear on your screen, and it will just ask you for your basic information, your name, your age, and then I believe it goes down to what college you attend, and you have to be attending college in order to apply because it's the Disney College program. So the good news is that you have to only at least be taking one class, which is great. I attended college a while back and decided to do online courses again recently, and I was actually going to start classes again this fall. And I was like, perfect, I can apply for the Disney College program. But then I realized that since my classes were broken up into modules, my class wasn't going to start till September, and I knew applications dropped August 20th. So I was worried and nobody was answering my question, or nobody knew or answered this in a way. And so I decided to email Disney, forgot the email, so I'm going to link it down below. But I emailed them and asked if this was possible, if I could still apply. And long story short, they said, no, your class has to be in session while applications drop, or you have to have previously been taking classes. And I switched colleges, so I wasn't taking a class. But then, good thing for me, it worked out, and they thought that I was enrolling for summer, this past summer, rather than this fall, so it worked out. I just took classes over this summer, which is great. So, yeah. So after you say which college you're attending, you're going to have to say what year you're planning on graduating, and what's your major. And after that, it's going to jump down to either, I think it's roles or jobs. I think it's the jobs. I forgot. But anyway, jump into jobs and volunteer. So basically you're going to list down the previous jobs and volunteer work that you have done and your title. And so basically they're going to look at this and they're going to bring it right back to your phone interview because they're going to ask you all about it. So I think it's important that you list all of them, you know, as many as possible, because they're going to jump right into it. And so, for example, for me, I wrote down all of my jobs, volunteer work, but one that really stuck out to my interviewer. I worked in Dunkin' Donuts as a shift leader, and so that stuck out to him. So he brought it right up on the phone interview. So basically list down every single job and volunteer work that you have ever done. Then underneath that, you're going to write your responsibilities. Now, this is important because this is really what sticks out to them and the words that you use. Now, it is believed in the DCP world that once you submit your application, that it goes through a computer system which scans the words that you basically used. So, how true that is, I do not know. That's what I've heard. But anyway, it would just make sense because recruiters would be sitting there all day scanning through applications, and not to mention some people hear back within 5 minutes. So I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to me. But regardless, if that's the case, then you want to use Disney-friendly words. And you're probably wondering, what are Disney-friendly words? Well, you could go on the Disney College Program website, scroll all the way down to roles, click on a specific role, and read the description of the role, and just look at their word usage. And you're probably going to want to copy some of those words, or for example, some of the more common ones that a lot of us use are guests instead of customers. Use the words like efficiency or efficient, provide, ensure. Like words like that really stick out to them, and so we believe the secret computer system definitely scans for those. Another commonly asked question I have seen written on the Facebook group, or even a question I had myself, was do you use bullet points or do you write out full-on sentences when writing out your job and volunteer descriptions? And it does not matter. You could use either or. I personally did bullet points, but I also know people who have written out full-on sentences. It does not matter. That is something very minor, and Disney is not going to not hire you for the internship just because you chose one or the other. It really doesn't matter. I say as long as it sounds professional and as long as you use the Disney-friendly words, you are more than okay. Now, when you're done filling out the job and volunteer description, you get to move on down to the roles and pick your top roles. Do not pick any roles that you know you're going to be miserable doing. Don't do it. Only pick the ones that you're interested in. I do highly suggest picking 3, though I think you have to pick 3. I don't remember. I do recommend picking as many as you can because it shows that you are a willing and a very flexible worker, and that's something that looks good. But once you pick your roles, you do get to choose high interest, moderate to none at all. And just letting you know, even if you put none, you still have a chance of getting it. And for me personally, I only had one role on my mind the whole entire time, and that was character performer. And honestly, even if I did not get that role, I probably still would have went with the internship anyway, because you're living and working in Disney World, and I hear great things about all of the roles. And I mean, it depends on the person, but I honestly hear great things, and it's honestly what you make it, guys. So do your best, even if you don't go in getting the number one thing that you hoped for, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and if you're chosen, then go with it, honestly. And even if you are going into the application process with only one role in mind, just like I did, I still suggest going on the website, going under roles, and reading all the different role descriptions just so you have an idea of what they're about, and who knows, maybe it'll leave you more open-minded. And even like I said before, how I personally went into the application process with only one role in mind, which was character performer, I still read the different role descriptions myself, and they all seemed like so much fun after I read them, and I felt more open-minded, and I had more interest in roles that I never thought I would have interest in. And I kind of felt like, okay, you know, even if I do not get character performer, I would be more than okay to end up with any of these roles. And even before I heard back from the auditions for character performer, I first got attractions, and that was actually cool. I was actually really excited for it, but I switched out. But anyway, like I'm saying, basically just read the different role descriptions, because you never know. One might strike interest in you that you never thought would, you know? So definitely look into them, and I would suggest doing that so that you could list them on your application. So I don't remember if it was before or after you submit your application, but it definitely asks you at some point if you want updated text messages, and that's what I did. I signed up for that, and I found out at work because they texted me. But other than that, honestly, keep updated with your email, and that's where they're gonna, you know, let you know whether you move on or not. And usually I would be very on top of it because they only give you like 3 days in order to respond or to do the next step. So I would definitely stay on top of that, and yeah, that's it. And then once you submit your lovely application in, you get to go on the dashboard, which is on the website, and they'll give you a password and everything, and you get to see literally your process of your application and interview stage. And I believe it says application submitted, which is obviously when you submit your application. Then it goes to application in progress or under review. I forgot what it said. I think it's under review. And that shows that, okay, they're still looking at your application. And then from there, you know what happens. You'll get emails for updates. So stay updated on your email. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the very best luck in your Disney College program process, whether it's the application, the interview, and all that follows. I wish you all the very best luck and much pixie dust your way. So please subscribe, like, and comment, and feel free to ask any other questions that you have down below. And yeah, but I highly suggest subscribing to my channel, because you will get to follow me on this journey working and living in Disney World in less than a month. But don't read this calendar, because this isn't from this December, it's from last year. I don't know why I still have it up, don't ask me. And that's all that I have. So thank you so much again. Bye.